हरे कृष्णा। चैतन्य चरितामृत मध्य लीला चैप्टर 8 टेक्स्ट 101 सभी सुनने वाले भाई बहनों को, वैष्णवियों को, गोपा गोपियों को और सभी भक्त वृंद को सर्ववंद्य देवी दासी माता जी का दंडवत प्रणाम स्वीकार करें। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताका स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमाचार्यपादाय नित्याय कृपाप्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगरग्रामतारिणे नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन् इति नामिने नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवा परा वेदा, वासुदेवा परा मखा, वासुदेवा परा योगा, वासुदेवा परा क्रिया, वासुदेवा परम ज्ञान, वासुदेवा परा तपा, वासुदेवा परो धर्म, वासुदेवा परा गति। वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरु। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। कृष्णे स्वधामोपगति धर्म ज्ञानादि विषा कलो नष्टो दृशामेशा पुराणार्को उदिनोदिता। नष्ट प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठुकीम्। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्रा जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा जय अद्वैता चंद्रा जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैता चंद्रा जय गौरा भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वृंदावन में श्री कृष्ण पूरी जगन्नाथ मायापुर में गौरा निताई बोलो रे सवार। वृंदावन में श्री कृष्णा पूरी जगन्नाथ, मायापुर में गौरा निताई बोलो रे सवार। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्राय। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्राय। कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम भव कृष्ण बलराम भजो गौरा निताय। कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम भजो गौरा निताय। वृंदावन में श्री कृष्णा पूरी जगन्नाथ, मायापुर में गौरा निताई बोलो रे सवार। वृंदावन में श्री कृष्ण पूरी जगन्नाथ, मायापुर में गौरा निताई बोलो रे सवार। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्राय। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्राय। जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्राय। कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम भज गौरा निताय। कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम भज गौरा निताय। कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम, कृष्ण बलराम भजो गौरा निताय। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Text 101 Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Please speak on. I am very happy to hear you because river of unprecedented nectar is flowing from your mouth. During the rasa dance, Sri Krishna did not exchange loving affairs with Srimati Radharani due to the presence of the other gopis because of the dependence of the others. The intensity of love between Radha and Krishna was not manifest. Therefore, he stole her away. It Lord Krishna rejected the company of the other gopis for Srimati Radharani. We can understand that Lord Sri Krishna has intense affection for her. Ramananda Raya, continue. Please, therefore, hear from me about the glories of Srimati Radharani. Loving affairs, they are beyond compare within these three words. Finding herself treated equally with all the other gopis, Srimati Radharani displayed her tricky behavior and left the circle of the rasa dance, missing Srimati Radharani's presence Krishna because very unhappy and began to lament and wander throughout the forest to search her out. Lord Krishna, the enemy of Kansa, took Srimati Radharani within his heart, for he desired to dance with her. Thus he left the arena of the rasa dance and the company of all the other beautiful damsels of Brija. Being afflicted by the arrow of Cupid and unhappily regarding his mistreating Srimati Radharani, Madhava, Lord Krishna, began to search for her along the banks of the Yamuna river. When he failed to find her, he entered the bushes of Vrindavana and began to lament. Simply by considering these two verses, one can understand what nectar there is in such dealing. It is exactly like freeing a mine of nectar. Although Krishna was in the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis during the rasa dance, he still kept himself in one of his transcendental form by the side of Srimati Radharani. Lord Krishna is equal to everyone in his general dealings, but due to the conflicting ecstatic love of Srimati Radharani, there were opposing elements. The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is like the movement of a snake on account of this. Two types of anger arise between a young boy and girl. Anger with cause and anger without cause. When Radha Rani left the Rasa dance out of anger and resentment, Lord Sri Krishna became very anxious because he could not see her. Lord Krishna's desire in the Rasa Leela circle is perfectly complete, but Srimati Radharani is the binding link in that desire. The Rasa dance does not shine in the heart of Krishna without Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he also gave up the circle of the Rasa dance and went out to search for her. When Krishna went out to search for Srimati Radharani, he wandered here and there, not finding her. He became affected by the arrow of Kupis and began to lament. Since Krishna's lusty desires were not satisfied even in the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis, and he was thus searching after Srimati Radharani, we can easily imagine how transcendentally qualified she is. After hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Raya that for which I have come to your residence has now become in objects of truth in my knowledge. Now I have come to understand the sublime goal of life and the process of achieving it. Nevertheless, I think that there is something more ahead, and my mind is desiring to have it. Kindly explain the transcendental features of Krishna, and Srimati Radharani also explain the truth of transcendental knowledge and the transcendental form of love of Godhead. Kindly explain all these truths to me, but for yourself no one can ascertain them. Sri Ramananda Rai replied, I do not know anything about this. I simply vibrate the sound you make me speak. I simply repeat like a parrot whatever instructions you have given me. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Who can understand your dramatic performances? You inspire me within the heart and make me speak with the tongue. I do not know whatever I am speaking well or badly. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am a Mayavadi in the renounced order of life, and I do not even know what transcendental loving service to the Lord is. I am simple float in the ocean of Mayavada philosophy due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, My mind became enlightened. Therefore, I asked him about the truths of transcendental loving service to Krishna. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told me, I do not actually know about the topics of Lord Krishna. They are all known only to Ramananda Raya, but he is not present here. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, after hearing about your glories, I have come to your place, but you are offering me words of praise out of respect for a sannyasi. One is the renounced order of life. Whatever one is the Brahmana and sannyasi or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continue, please do not try to cheat me, thinking of me as a learned sannyasi. Please satisfy my mind by just describing the truth of Radha and Krishna. Sri Ramananda Raya was a great devotee of the Lord and a lover of God, and although his mind could not be covered of Krishna's illusory energy, and although he could understand the mind of the Lord, which was very strong and intense, Ramananda's mind became a little agitated. Sri Ramananda Raya said, I am just a dancing puppet and you pull the strings. Whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. My dear Lord, my tongue is just like a strange instrument and you are its player. Therefore, I simply vibrate whatever arises in your mind. Ramananda Raya then began to speak on Krishna Tattva. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said he is personality of original Godhead, the source of all incarnations and the cause of all causes. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets as well in innumerable incarnations. In the material world also there are innumerable universes, and Krishna is the supreme resting place for all of them. The transcendental body of Sri Krishna is eternal and full of bliss and knowledge. He is the son of Nanda Maharaja. He is full of all opulences and potencies as well as all spiritual mellows. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for is the prime cause of all causes. In the spiritual realm of Vrindavana, Krishna is the spiritual ever fresh Cupid. He is worshipped by the chanting of the Kama Gayatri mantra with the spiritual seed climb. The very name Krishna means that he attracts even Cupid. He is therefore attractive to everyone, male and female, moving and um, inert living entities. Indeed, Krishna is known as the all attractive one. When Krishna left the Rasa Leela dance, the gopis became very morose, and when they were grabbing Krishna, repaired, dressed in yellow garments, wearing a flower garland and smiling, he was attractive even to gopis. In this way, Krishna appeared among the gopis. Each and every devotee has a certain types of transcendental mellow in relation to Krishna, but in all transcendental relationship, the devotee is the worshipper, Ashraya, and Krishna is the object of worship, Visaya. Let Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be glorified by virtue of his expanding attractive features. He subjugated the gopis named Taraka and Pali and absorbed the minds of Syama and Lalita. He is the most attractive lover of Srimati Radharani and is the reservoir of pleasure for devotees in all transcendental mellows. Krishna is all attractive for devotee in all mellow because he is the personification of the conjugal mellow. Krishna is attractive not only to all the devotees but to himself as well. My dear friend, just see how Sri Krishna enjoying the season of spring with the gopi, embracing each of his limbs. He is like amorous love personified with his transcendental pastimes. He enlivens all the gopis and the entire creation with his soft blues, black arms and legs, which resemble blue lotus flower. He has created a festival for Cupid. He also attractive Narayana, who is the incarnation of Sankarsana and the husband of the goddess of fortune. He attracts not only Narayana but also all women headed by the goddess of fortune, the consort of Narayana. Addressing Krishna and Arjuna, Lord Vishnu, the Purusha, said, I wanted to see both of you, and therefore I have through the sons of the Brahmana. Here both of you have appeared in the material world to reestablish religious principles, and you have both appeared here with all your potencies. After killing all the demons, please quickly return to the spiritual world. O Lord, you do not know how the serpent Kaliya attains such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end the goddess of fortune performed austerity for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vow. Indeed, we do not know how this serpent Kalia got such an opportunity. Lord Krishna sweetness is so attractive that it steals away his own mind. Thus even he wants to embrace himself. Upon seeing his own reflection in a bejeweled pillar of his Dwarika palace, Krishna desired to embrace it, saying, "Alas, I have never seen such a person before. Who is he?" Just by seeing his, I have become eager to embrace him, exactly like Srimati Radharani. Sri Ramananda Raya then said, "I have thus briefly explained the original form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, let me describe the position of Srimati Radharani. Krishna has unlimited potencies, which can be divided into three main parts. These are the spiritual potency, the material potency, and the marginal potency, which is known as the living entities. In other words, these are all potencies of God, eternal, external, and marginal. But the eternal potency is the Lord's personal energy and stands over the other two. The original potency of Lord Vishnu is superior or spiritual, and the living entity actually belongs to that superior energy, but there is another energy called the material energy, and this third energy is full of ignorance. Originally, Lord Krishna is Satchitananda Vigraha, the transcendental form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Therefore, his personal potency, the eternal potency, has three different forms. Haladini is his aspect of bliss. Sandhini of eternal existence, and Samvit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. My dear Lord, you are the transcendental reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Your pleasure potency, existence potency, and knowledge potency are actually all one eternal spiritual potencies. And the conditioned soul, although actually spiritual, sometimes experiences pleasure, sometimes pain, and sometimes a mixture of pain and pleasure. This is due to his being touched by matter, but because you are above all material qualities. These are not found in you. You are superior spiritual potency is completely transcendental, and for you there is no such thing as relatives pleasure mixed with pain or pain itself. The potency called Haladini gave Krishna transcendental pleasure. Through this pleasure potency, Krishna personally tested all spiritual pleasure. Lord Krishna tasted all kinds of transcendental happiness, although he himself is happiness personified. The pleasure realized by his pure devotee is also manifested by his pleasure potency. The most essential part of this pleasure potency is love of Godhead prema. Consequently, the explanation of love of Godhead is also a transcendental mellow, full of pleasure. The essential part of love of Godhead is called Mahabhava, transcendental ecstasy, and that ecstasy is represented by Srimati Radharani. Among the gopis of Vrindavana, Srimati Radharani and another gopi are considered chief, but when we compare the gopis, it appears the Srimati Radharani is most important because her real features expresses the highest ecstasy of love. The ecstasy of love experienced by the other gopis cannot be compared to that of Srimati Radharani. The body of Srimati Radharani is veritable transformation of love of Godhead. She is the dearmost friend of Krishna, and this is known throughout the world. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who resides in his own realm Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency Haladini. Their compassions are her confidence who embody extension of her bodily form and who are imbued and permitted with ever blissful spiritual rasa. That supreme ecstasy of Srimati Radharani is the essence of spiritual life. Her only business is to fulfill all the desires of Krishna. Srimati Radharani is the topmost spiritual gem, and the others, gopis, Lalita, Visakha, and so on, are expansion of her spiritual body. Srimati Radharani transcendental body is brilliant in luster and full of all transcendental fragrances. Lord Krishna affection for her is like a perfumed massage perfume massage perfume message perfume message. Srimati Radharani takes her first bathe in the shower of the nectar of compassion, and she takes her second bath in the nectar of youth. After her midi bath, Radharani takes another bath in the nectar of bodily luster, and she puts on the garments of shyness, which is her black silk sari. Srimati Radharani affection for Krishna is her upper garments, which is pinkish in color. She then covers her breast with another garments composed of affection and anger towards Krishna. Srimati Radharani personal beauty is the reddish powder known as kunkuma. Her affection for her associates is sandalwood pulp, and sweetness of her smile is comfort. All these combined together are smeared over her body. Conjugal love for Krishna is in abundance of mask, and with that mask her whole body is decorated. Craftiness and covered anger constitute of arrangement of her hair. The quality of anger due to jealousy is the silk garment covering her body. Her attachment for Krishna is the reddish color of betel nuts on her brilliant lips. Her double dealings in loving affairs constitute the black ointment around her eyes. The ornaments decorating her body are the bleaching ecstasies of goodness and the constantly existing ecstasies headed by jubilation. All these ecstasies are the ornament all over her body. Also ornamenting her body are the 20 kinds of ecstatic symptoms, beginning with kila, kila kinchita, her transcendental quality constitute the flower garland hanging in fullness over her body. The tilaka of good fortune is on her beautiful broad forehead. Her various loving affairs are a gem, and her heart is the locket. Srimati Radharani Gopi friend are her mental activities, which are concentrated on the pastimes of Sri Krishna. She keeps her hands on the shoulder of a friend who represents youth. Srimati Radharani Gopi friend are her mental activities, which are concentrated on the pastime of Sri Krishna. She keeps her hands on the shoulder of a friend who represents youth. Srimati Radharani bedsheet is pride itself, and it is situated in the abode of her bodily aroma. She is always seated there thinking of Krishna's association. Srimati Radharani earrings are the name, fame, and qualities of Lord Krishna. The glories of Lord Krishna. Name, fame, and qualities are always inundating her speech. Srimati Radharani induced Krishna to drink the honey of the conjugal relationship. She is therefore engaged in satisfying all the lusty desire of Krishna. Srimati Radharani is a mind filled with valuable jewel of love for Krishna. Her transcendental body is complete with unparalleled spiritual qualities. If one asks about the origin of love of Krishna, the answer is that the origin is in Srimati Radharani, along with is the most dear friend of Krishna. The answer again is Srimati Radharani, along no one else. Srimati Radharani here is a very curly. Her two eyes are always moving to and fro, and her breasts are firm since all transcendental qualities are manifested in Srimati Radharani. She alone is able to fulfill all the desires of Krishna, no one else. Even Satyabhama, one of the queens of Sri Krishna, desired the fortunate position and excellent qualities of Srimati Radharani. All the gopis learned the art of dressing from Srimati Radharani, and even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and the wife of Lord Shiva, Parvati, desire her beauty and qualities. Indeed, Arunadati, the celebrated chaste wife of Vasistha, also wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radharani. Even Lord Krishna himself cannot reach the limit of the transcendental quality of Srimati Radharani. How then can an insignificant living entity count them? Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Now I have come to understand the truth of the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Nonetheless, I still want to hear how both of them gloriously enjoy such love." Raya Ramananda replied, "Lord Krishna is Dhanira Lalita, for he can always keep his girlfriend in a subjugated state. Thus his only business is enjoying sense gratification. A person who is very cunning and always youthful, expert in joking and without anxiety, and who can keep his girlfriend always subjugated, is called Dhira Lalita. Day and night Lord Sri Krishna enjoy the company of Srimati Radharani in the bushes of Vrindavana. Thus his pre-youthful age is fulfilled through his affairs with Srimati Radharani. Thus Lord Sri Krishna spoke of the sexual activities of the previous night. In this way, he made Srimati Radharani close her eyes out of shyness. Taking this opportunity, Sri Krishna painted various types of dolphin on her breast. Thus he became a very expert artist for all the gopis. During such pastime, the Lord enjoyed the fulfillments of his youth. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Thus this is all right, but please continue." Raya Ramananda then informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that there was another topic known as Prema Vilasa Vaivarta. You may hear of this from me. Ramananda Raya said, "But I do not know whether you will be happy with it or not." Saying this, Ramananda Raya began to sing a song he had composed, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of the ecstasy of love of Godhead immediately covered Ramananda's mouth with his own hands. Alas, before we met, there was an initial attachment between us brought about by an exchange of gallons in this way. Attachment evolved. That attachment has gradually grown and there is no limit to it. Now that attachment has become a natural sequence between ourselves. It is not that it is due to Krishna, the enjoyer, nor it is due to me, for I am the enjoyed. It is not like that. This attachment was made possible by mutual meeting. This mutual exchange of attraction is known as Manobhava or Cupid. Krishna's is mind and my mind have merged together now during this time of suppression. It is very difficult to explain these loving affairs. My dear friend, though Krishna might have forgotten all these things, you can understand and bring this message to him. But during our first meeting, there was no messenger between us, nor did I request anyone to see him. Indeed, Cupid's 5 arrows were our via media. Now during this suppression, that attraction has increased to another ecstatic state. My dear friend, please act as a messenger on my behalf, because if one is in love with a beautiful person, this is the consequence. O my Lord, you live in the forest of Govardhana Hill, and like the king of elephant, you are expert in the art of conjugal love. O Master of the universe, your heart and Srimati Radharani heart are just like shellac and are now melted in your spiritual frustration. Therefore, one can no longer distinguish between you and Srimati Radharani. Now, you have mixed your newly invoked affection with is like vermilion with your melted hearts, and for the benefit of the whole world, you have painted both your hearts red within this great place of the universe. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued these verses recited by Sri Ramananda Raya, saying, "This is the limit of the goal of human life. Only by your mercy have I come to understand it conclusively. The goal of life cannot be achieved unless one uh, practice practice the process. Now being merciful upon me. Please explain that. That means by which thing goal can be attained. Sri Ramananda Raya replied, I do not know what I am saying, but you have made me speak what I have spoken. Be it good or bad, I am simply repeating that message. Within these three words, who is so undisturbed that he can remain steady as you manipulate your different energies. Actually, you are speaking through my mouth, and at the same time, you are listening. This is very, very mysterious. Anyway, kindly hear the explanation of the process by which the goal can be attained. The pastimes of Radha and Krishna are very confidential. They cannot be understood through the mellow of servitude, uh, fraternity, or parental affection. Actually, only of actually only the gopis have the right to appreciate these transcendental pastimes, and only from them can these pastimes be expanded. Without the gopi, this pastime between Radha and Krishna cannot be nourished. Only by their cooperation are such pastime broadcast. It is their business to taste the mellows. Without the help of the gopis, one cannot enter into these pastimes. Only one who worships the Lord in the ecstasy of the gopis, following in their footsteps, can engage in the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna in the bushes of Vrindavana. Only then can one understand the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna. There is no other procedure for understanding. The pastime of Sri Radha and Krishna are self effulgent. They are happiness personified, unlimited, and all powerful. Even so, the spiritual humors of such pastimes are never complete without the gopi. The Lord's personal friends, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is never complete without his spiritual potencies. Therefore, unless one takes shelter of the gopis, one cannot enter into the company of Radha and Krishna. Who can be interested in their spiritual pastime without taking their shelter? there is inexplicable fact about the natural inclinations of the gopis. The gopis never want to enjoy themselves with Krishna personally. The happiness of the gopis increases 10 million times when they serve to engage Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in their transcendental pastime. But nature, Srimati Radharani, is just like a creeper of love of Godhead, and the gopis are the twigs, flowers, and leaves of that creeper. When the nectar of Krishna pastimes is sprinkled on that creeper, the happiness derived by the twigs, flowers and leaves in 10 million times greater than that derived by the creepers itself. All the gopis, the personal friend of Srimati Radharani, are equal. Her Krishna is pleasing to the inhabitants of Brajabhumi, just as the moon is pleasing to the lotus flower. His pleasure-giving potency is known as Ahladini, of which the active principle in Srimati Radharani. She is compared to a creeper with newly grown flowers and leaves. When the nectar of Krishna's pastimes is sprinkled on Srimati Radharani, all her friends, the gopis, immediately appreciate the pleasure 100 times more than if they were sprinkled themselves. Actually, this is not at all wonderful. Although the gopis, Srimati Radharani friends, do not desire to enjoy themselves directly with Krishna, Srimati Radharani makes a great endeavor to induce Krishna to enjoy himself with the gopis. Presenting various pleas for the gopis, Srimati Radharani sometimes sent the gopis of Krishna just to enable them to associate with him directly, as such times she enjoy happiness 10 million times greater than that enjoyed through direct association. The transcendental mellow is nourished by that mutual behavior in transcendental love of Godhead. When Lord Krishna sees how the gopis have developed pure love for him, he becomes very satisfied. It is to be noted that the natural characteristic of the gopis is to love the Supreme Lord. Their lusty desire is not to be compared to material lust. Nonetheless, become their desire sometimes appears to resemble material lust. Their transcendental love for Krishna is sometimes described at lust, as lust. Although the dealing at the gopis with Krishna are on the platform of pure love of Godhead, such dealing are sometimes considered to be lusty, but because they are completely spiritual, Uddhava and all the other dearmost devotee of the Lord desire to participate in them. Lusty desire are experienced when one is concerned with his own personal sense gratification. The mood of the gopis is not like that. Their only desire is to satisfy the senses of Krishna. Among the gopis, there is not a pinch of desire for sense gratification. Their only desire is to give pleasure to Krishna, and this is where they mingle with him and enjoy with him. All the gopis said, "Dear Krishna, we carefully hold your delicate lotus feet upon our hard breast. When you walk in the forest, your soft lotus feet are pricked by small bits of stone. We fear that this is paining you. Since you are our life and soul, our minds are very much disturbed when your lotus feet are pain." One who is attracted by that ecstatic love of the gopis does not care about popular opinion or the regulative principles of Vedic life. Rather, he completely surrenders unto Krishna and renders service unto him. If one worships the Lord on the path of spontaneous love and goes to Vrindavana, he received the shelter of Brajendra Nandana, the son of Nanda Maharaja. In his liberated stage, the devotee is attracted by one of the five humor in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As the continue to serve the Lord in that transcendental mood, he attains a spiritual body to serve Krishna in Goloka Vrindavana. Those saintly persons who represented the Upanishada are wived examples of this by worshipping the Lord on the path of spontaneous love. They attain the lotus feet of Brajendra Nandana, the son of Nanda Maharaja. Great sages conquer the mind and senses by practicing the my mystic yoga system and controlling the breath, thus engaging in mystic yoga, they see the super soul within their hearts and ultimately enter into impersonal Brahman. But even the enemies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead attain that position simply by thinking of the Supreme Lord. However, the dumbless or Braja themselves, however, the themselves of Braja, the gopis being attracted by the beauty of Krishna simply wanted to embrace him and his arms, which are like serpents. Thus the gopis ultimately tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lords. Similarly, we Upanishada can also taste the nectar of his lotus feet by following in the footsteps of gopis. The word samadrishtaha, the word samadrishtaha mentioned in the fourth line of the previous verse means following the mood of the gopis. The words samaha means the Shruti, attainment, Shruti, attainment of body, like those of the gopis. The word Angiri Padma Sudha means associating intimately with Krishna. One can attain such perfection only by spontaneous love of God. They cannot obtain Krishna in Goloka Vrindavana simply by serving the Lord according to regulative principles. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to those devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerity and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. Therefore, one should accept the mood of the gopis in their service. In such a transcendental mood, one should always think of the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. After thinking of Radha and Krishna and their pastimes for a long time, and after getting completely free from material contamination, one is transferred to the spiritual world. There is devotee attain an opportunity to serve Radha and Krishna as one of the gopis. Unless one follow in the footsteps of the gopis, he cannot attain the service of the lotus feet of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaja. If one is overcome by knowledge of the Lord opulence, he cannot attain the Lord's lotus feet, even though he is engaged in devotional service. Hare Krishna. I will close here with this.